It's okay.
It's just like melodic, but like if you're not in the mood for it, you're not even gonna fuck with it, and that's why a lot of people just put it down. You know what I mean?
I think
It's not
really
about being the most intellectual shit out there. It's Atlanta. You
It's
know
music.
what I mean?
I just
Music.
think
It's about soul. It's about feeling it. He's just like, it's just so funny. It's so funny to me.
Hello and welcome back to episode 28 of Squad Pod. Hello everybody. Hello everybody.
Hello.
Sorry I missed last week, but I am back. We're getting old. It's getting old.
It's getting old. It's old. 28.
28. I'm glad to be here for 28. Cheers up to you guys. But Evan, you got something to lead us right in with?
I do got something to lead you guys in with.
All
right. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the news, and I hope you guys have picked them up. But I have kind of like a generic question to ask you, but I'm interested because I don't think we've talked about it yet. So, Powerball and Mega Millions are huge right now. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
It's up to like 300 million.
Powerball is like 500 million. Mega Millions is like 750 million. So I got the easiest question ever to ask you, but I don't think we've ever talked about it. What would you do if you won?
What'd you do?
What's your lottery winning? Like, what's your... You get
what's the plan?
You get a stack of $100, $200 million. What, after all taxes and all that crap. Like, what do you do?
Got an answer.
You got an answer? All right.
So let's just under the assumption it's 500 million. So it's just that's what you win.
You get the after taxes?
No. What is it up to? 500 and something million?
Yeah, it's 500 million after taxes. You'd probably see like 200 of it.
I think you'd see a little more than that. But anyways. I think it's 30. I think they take out 38%.
So you get taxed like 25% right off the cut on federal.
We're going too far into it. And first off, claim it as a business.
He's trying to educate you.
Take $100.
I've seen this firsthand.
Take $120 and make yourself a business and claim it in the business, and you don't have to pay as much taxes because America favors the wealthy and rich. So if you do win 500 million, start yourself up an LLC. And then you don't have to get taxed all that fucking personal taxes. That's how you claim it. Okay. Yeah. And then you don't have to put your name in the paper either.
Okay.
Claim it as a business. That's not what I was getting into.
I was going to say, then what do you do?
All right. That's not what I was getting into. First, I'm going to Vegas. I'm gambling a lot of it. Like, not a lot in the sense of like 50% of it, but like a more exuberant amount than most people are bringing to Vegas, because why the fuck not,
You going hard. That's what
I'm going hard.
You're going to go
I'm winning,
hard.
Let's under Evan's impression, you win $275 million. Let's say that's how much you bring home. I'm at least taking $5 million and going to fucking Vegas and gambling.
I was thinking like
100,000
I'm taking $5 million.
$5 million.
He's like, I'm literally gonna have the best weekend of my life.
Oh no, not me. Us. We going.
We're
so
gonna
we all get money to gamble with.
Help $5 million, man. We all got.
Do we get like our own little like special account with?
Man, that's 1 million, 1 million, 1 million, 2 million. Let's rock it out, dude.
I picture like Dumb and Dumber whenever like he's like in those furry boots and he's like walks up and he's just like, here you go. He's just handing out money to like all like the like bellhops and stuff. Like, here you go.
I want to live like at least a solid weekend in Vegas where I am the richest person in the world. $5 million is going to get me fucking super far. Okay. 275 million is an exuberant amount of money.
It's
like
a stupid amount of money.
In my lifestyle, I will never spend that ever.
That's true.
I wouldn't spend 5 million of it.
and here's my thing though. I don't know if I'm quitting my job. Like I'm coming back after that. Okay. I'll probably go to part-time. I'll probably work 2-3 days a week, but I got to do something to keep my mind sane. So I'd probably stay at my job, do 2-3 days a week, and just I'm not somebody who needs flashy. I mean, I'll
stay at your job.
I'm going the total opposite.
On tap that.
Sure. That's why I'm going down to like 2 days a week, man. I just want the health insurance so fucking Obamacare doesn't come after my ass. Like, I just want like, I just want something to keep my mind sane, Like, I'm just going to sit. I'm going to go full time and tap that. Full time in this. Like, this is going investment. Like, I'm gonna play
studio.
I'm gonna play the stock market. Like, man, 275 million is an exuberant amount of money. That, like, you ever see Brewster's Millions? Has anybody ever seen that here?
Mm-hmm.
So the premise of it is I don't even think it's that much money. I think they give him what, $5 million, maybe. I
don't remember what they give him.
So basically, the
But it
premise
was only a
is
couple million or something.
Is this guy dies and he leaves all, like, let's say $10 million. I'm just making up the number at this point. And he's like, I will leave you $10 million if you can spend in 7 days $1 million. Okay. And that's all you can do. But you can't, like, buy property. You can't buy, like, things that you own. You can't give away to charity.
You can't, like,
nothing can raise your.
You can't have to throw the money away.
Yeah, you can't give it to charity. You can't just be going to buy a $bazillion home because that adds to your wealth. It has to be frivolous money. Like frivolous money that doesn't add to you as a person. And like he has a hard time doing it. Like.
He was out there buying like super rare stamps and shit. He was like just the throwaway money.
Like ridiculous shit, man. So 275 million is enough to set me up for life. I'm going to buy a nice house. I'll probably stay right where I live. I'm happy here. My friends live here. I'm cool here. Like, just buy a nice ass house and chill. Yeah. And then any of you guys come up to me and you're like, I have a business idea. I'm like, okay. It's $200,000. Have a great time with it. Hope your business goes off. It's investments, man. You invest in your friends. You build your friends around you. And then when one of your ideas blows up, I'm like, dude,
that's very convenient.
I own 49% of that company because I turned all that money in. That's real nice.
Oh, whoa. I was thinking more like 25.
25? I was nice on the 49%. I left you majority. You still majority shareholder. I want a piece of that pie.
Awesome.
But that's what I do. Damn. My biggest thing would be the Vegas strippers and blow gambling. That would be me.
Living like a king in Vegas.
Living like a king. Strippers, blow, and gamble. And my girl's coming too. Strippers and blow.
My answer isn't that extravagant at all. I was gonna probably buy a nice house. I was gonna invest some money. I was going probably, this is like, if it wasn't COVID, if the economy was right, I would just say fuck it. I would open up a record store. That'd be dope. I would love to like a vinyl, like just a music store. That'd be dope as shit.
Dude, even with the economy, do you know how long you could keep a little tiny record store business open on $275 million?
Forever.
Yeah, keep that open for the rest of your life, even if it didn't make a dollar.
Chilling in my record store every day. That'd be dope as shit. Getting music, doing whatever. I would love it. But like, you could invest in my business if you want. That's really like
49%.
And then I would focus on this shit, like Squad Pod Sports. Try to invest in that and boost that. That way, I got multiple things going on. I ain't doing anything. I'll be like doing what I want. You got that much money, man.
That's like I don't know. I would take care of my family and my friends. Like you guys would be taken care of. My family would be taken care of.
I feel like what you're saying is like my life. I would feel like I would comfortably be able, like, there's no way I'm spending that much money at all. Like I'm pretty chill. So
especially if you invest it.
Exactly.
It's just gonna keep making money.
I'm not just gonna blow it on a bunch of shit.
$200 million in fucking Amazon stock and just watch that shit climb.
Tesla. Put it in Tesla.
Put some in each and just
Jeff, give me some of them shares.
Did you guys see what happened to Bitcoin?
It went down like 10 grand.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I have a story about Bitcoin I was going to share on the podcast, actually. That's a good little segue, speaking of. Reported by the New York Times. Dude, I'm not going to disclose his name. Thomas was given 7,002 Bitcoins more than 10 years ago for making a video how cryptocurrency works. Mm-hmm. At the time, his collection of Bitcoin were worth only a few dollars each, and he decided to store them in an Iron Key digital wallet on a hard drive. He wrote the password to the drive on a piece of paper that he ended up losing, and now his Bitcoin is worth more than $240 million. And he can't remember what the password is. to the hard drive. And pretty much he has already tried 8 possible passwords, and he only has 2 left before it encrypts itself and it's gone forever.
There's no other way in it?
No other way in it.
How do you forget the password like that? Like
he had it written down and he lost it.
I guess if you only have 10 tries.
He only has 2 tries left.
Imagine leaving caps lock on.
You either get it or it's gone forever, and it's $240 million.
Nah, man.
But apparently, I saw an article that there's like millions and millions of dollars of Bitcoin that are in the same situation that's unclaimed that people don't know about. I saw an article about that today.
Especially a lot of it being in like its infancy. People were probably just like, okay, cool, I got a Bitcoin, whatever.
This dude's probably
they give that shit away to like e-girls.
He's like, I don't know what to do.
Dude, that's the time to just hire somebody to fucking open it for you.
Hack it.
You know, like hack that shit.
Give them a percentage of it. Give them like
for real.
Whatever.
I mean, you didn't know you had it. I mean, you knew you had it, but
it's time, you know. It's time to give them fucking 20%. Like that's a huge stake. Who fucking cares at this point, you know?
You're getting that much money, especially if you're in a bad situation, like depending on your situation.
Get your money.
Yeah.
Hire a hacker.
Get that shit.
Get a minute.
Someone would get in it.
Yeah.
That would be wild.
But I saw that today and I was like, holy shit, like this dude, he's got 2 tries left.
Could you imagine? Like that's some bad luck Brian kind of like
that is
imagine just having $240 million sitting right beside you on your computer desk and just being like, well, that sucks. Like it's worth
can't get in it.
It's like a $40 hard drive. It's worth nothing because you can't even open it up.
Yeah.
God, that's awful.
Crazy. I guess it was like I'm guessing it's an online hard drive or something like that.
Oh.
I don't remember I
think a cloud thing?
It was like it didn't say specifically what it was, but it's encrypted. So I mean, after he fails the other 2 times, it's gone forever. It like shuts itself down.
Self-destructs.
It's self-destruct. It's a Mission Impossible.
What kind of future shit does he have?
I don't know.
A $40 hard drive.
I probably would have just put it in my phone.
I thought that was a pretty crazy story. The other thing I have, speaking of crazy stories, is apparently Netflix is going to be releasing a new movie every week of 2021. I saw that. I was like, that's a lot pretty wild, man. That's a lot
apparently
of movies.
They have more than enough. I heard they had like 70-some movies.
See, I didn't see that. I just saw that they're going to be releasing a new movie every week. And I was like, holy hell.
So
I didn't know they had
to release one every week?
Yeah. A Netflix original movie is going to be released every week.
I wonder what the quality of these movies will be.
I don't know.
I saw trailers to a few of them that aren't coming, and they got big names in them.
Yeah.
That's how Netflix's been staying afloat, though. They've been putting out good original content. Yeah. Netflix has been staying afloat from its original content, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
70 movies.
Man.
70. Man.
70.
You just got a backlog.
We need a Tiger King follow-up. It's almost been a year.
I'm sure there's a couple, there's a couple turds amongst the 70.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure. Dude, I can't wait to watch that new Nick Cage show. That's on my list right now, The History of Swearing. I can't wait.
I'm going to watch that.
That's going to be fun as shit. I love Nick Cage.
Man.
Yeah, man, that's all I have. Those are the 2 stories I saw.
That's all I have.
That's crazy. Yeah, I loaded up Robinhood for the first time in a few weeks, and I almost put some money in Bitcoin, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's just going up. And I'm like,
yeah.
I flipped it up on RuneScape to know this is about to crash.
It's a late. I don't know if it's about to crash, but it's a late It's too late of an investment.
Yeah,
especially for like the money we're willing to shell out. You got $100,000 to throw at it, go to town, you'll make money. But if you put $50 at it, like
I think it will go up again eventually, but it definitely needed a correction. Like it was just going up too fast. It needed to come back down to earth a little bit. But I think it will still keep going up. I mean,
I got a good stock for you guys that I'm not going to give you on here. I got a good stock for you guys.
I see. You can't do. I've been playing on Robinhood. You can't do like penny stocks on Robinhood. You can only do anything over $1.
Come over to E-Trade with me. Get into the penny stocks.
Alex's stock corner. That's what's going to be on the next segment that you're going to see.
This is not stock advice.
He's going to show up with a suit and tie, just like, listen
and
to
this
me.
is going to be
his
a
hair
10
is going to
minute
be messed
show,
up like crazy,
every week. And it's just going to Alex's stock corner. You're just going to be sitting in a suit with your hair slicked back.
Dude, I'm doing
with
pretty
a scotch.
Well.
Every week, his drink's going to get fancier.
Yeah, a cigar.
I'm doing.
This is what they're doing on the market. See,
I'm doing pretty well though, and the dude I be following, because I'll be honest with you, I'm just kind of following along a guy. he be doing much better than me, but like he's got more money to throw around. Yeah. So I've just kind of been following him with my like chump change, but like I've been doing well with it. Just following him around.
I've been doing on Twitter. Fucking shout out to Gumpy from the Pat McAfee show. He posts soccer pics pretty much like almost every morning or every other morning. And I don't know shit about soccer, man. I'll be hopping right on FanDuel and making some picks. And I got a couple bucks. I'll be getting some money here and there, but I don't know anything about soccer. So I just take this dude's word for it. He knows his soccer stuff.
He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, man. I don't know the first thing about sports betting. Like, it's already bad enough. I do fantasy with you guys.
Man, I know about football and I still like losing all my money. So like it doesn't matter, I feel. It's just
I have too much money wrapped up in other shit to be doing that sports bet. I want to. I love it.
I mean, I'm only betting like $1, $2 like on shit. I'm not betting anything crazy.
Yeah,
you know how much $1 will buy me in penny stocks, bro? 100 shares.
Unless I'm like super sure. If I'm super sure, I'll bet $5.
100 shares, bro. You know how much 100 shares of a company is? Just kidding. It's a gamble too. I've lost money. I've lost money too. I've bet in the companies and I'm just like, nope, that ain't good. Like I'm down $10. I got to get the hell out of that.
Get out.
Damn.
Like you owe us money now.
You owe us money.
What do you mean?
Wait.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that though. There was a thing on Robinhood where like they would allow you to I don't know the terminology of it, but like you could like leverage your investments and then reinvest with it. And people were there was like a glitch or something. People took advantage of it, and then people woke up one day and they were negative like 200,000 on their Robinhood account because they let them like wager this money, and then like things tanked, and then
dude, that shit happens in the stock market when like companies split and stuff. Like an up split is good. Like you want that. You want your shares to go up in a split, but your share is worth fucking. You have 100 shares worth $10, and they split it, and you're like, okay, you want it to be you have 5 shares worth $20. That's great. But sometimes you have 20 shares and they're worth less money and they're in 2 different companies now. And to sell them both, you're losing money. So you're like, oh shit, like the split wasn't good for me,
Unless by like some miracle, both companies do better. But
if you want to sit out and wait, but usually when they split like that, the plan is for one company to go under. Like the plan is I need to get out of this. Like a company is like, oh shit, I'm not going to make it. Let's get our money and run. We're going to merge with them and we're going to dissolve. We're done. So only they're going to be good. So now your 10 shares have gone basically to 5 shares and you're just rocking your 5 shares, So because these 5 shares with the company that's dissolving are gone. You're done with them. But you got to pay attention.
Yeah. Look it up.
I'm not getting into this stuff.
Crazy. I'm going to just say again, this is not stock advice or financial advice.
Yeah. Oh, don't take it from me, man. I take it from other people.
Talking about stocks and shit.
Let's move on though, Vernon. What do you do with your million?
We need to talk about some ridiculous shit to take the edge off.
Yeah, Vernon, what are you doing with your winnings?
What's your lottery wins?
Pretty much the same, man. I'm just gonna be chilling. I'm gonna I would really value my time with like my son and stuff like that, especially if I didn't have to work. You know what I mean? Like
that's why when Alex said he'd stay at his job, I'd be like I don't have to work. I'm not going to.
Yeah, I don't know
fill
about that
time with so many more things.
Maybe after he goes to college or something like that. But right now, I'm chilling. I'm gonna be spending as much time as possible with him. You know what I mean? And then I'm gonna be whenever he's like elsewhere doing anything, with his mom or whatever. I'm gonna be building our thing, like this Squad Pod Sports, Squad Pod, anything like that. Imagine we get a studio. Imagine we get like a spot. Like, let's go to work there. I'm not gonna go work for somebody else. If I got $200 some million, I'm gonna work for myself.
And we'll just be creating content, bro.
Exactly.
We can make a movie with the money, bro.
That's honestly
with it.
That's
do anything
the
with
same
it.
thing with mine. Like
Squad Pod Productions, open it up.
Exactly. You get like a multimedia company or something.
Multimedia conglomerate.
The thing is, like,
y'all still be working around my schedule, my work schedule. Like, I'm coming.
Yeah, Alex is still like,
Alex, like, I'm at
shoveling
work.
snow at 2
Bro, you're a
a.m.
millionaire.
Bro, you're a millionaire. Why are you doing this? He's
like I gotta work, man.
No, let's go.
Yeah, but other than like the typical, buy a car, buy a house,
Sure.
I would
half of
probably
it into an
really
investment.
want to like things I want personally. I would like make sure I have a dope ass game room in my house, especially if I had some free time. And I like imagine my downtime when I'm not working on nothing, not like with Kyrie sleeping. I want a dope game room where I can just go to. Or switch it real quick with sports, and now I'm watching a game like something. I want a
TV so you can watch all the games at once and shit.
You know what my house is gonna have? A golf course.
Oh,
a golf course.
You're gonna have a ton of land with the golf.
There we go.
You're gonna have 9 holes in your backyard.
I'll buy a golf
driving
course.
by Ridge Valley just the other day at work, and like I'm not gonna buy it. But like the thought crossed my head, I'm like, I wonder how much this golf course would cost. And imagine how dope it would be to have a golf course. So it's funny that you would say that.
Y'all gonna MC Hammer yourself. You're gonna be renting that golf course out real fast. You be buying a golf. How much do you think a golf course costs?
It's for me. I don't care how much it costs. It's for me.
It's for me. It's my golf course. What you need 18 holes in your backyard for? You only need 2.
Don't need.
You only need 2.
Tiger Woods got 9 holes in his backyard.
No, I ain't never heard of that. I heard of people make a basketball course in their backyard. This dude want a whole ass golf course in his backyard.
I would put at least 2 holes.
2 holes.
3. Come on. 3.
Nah, man. You need 2. You need like a good 4 par.
You need to have
and
a
a good like
8
par. 8 par.
You need to have a hazard one to you, like something in between.
You need a par 3, 4, and 5.
I would make 3, and they would be a triangle from each other. The fucking tee off would be the same.
They just be the same hole with different flat spots. One like giant green in the back.
I'm going to Evan's golf course.
Yeah,
but in all honesty,
I get in for free.
I wish I had
admittance, right?
Yeah, I want
Tiger Woods has a golf course at his house with only 4 holes.
4, all right.
Okay.
So the best.
I just wanted to do my research.
The best golfer of all
Tiger Woods'
time.
old
only
house
got 4.
that had 2 holes or 3 holes.
Yeah, that's a house I'll buy.
Yeah.
Comes with it already for you.
In all honesty, like in reality, yeah, it would be like I don't know what I would do with my time. Like obviously, right now, I think I would want to focus on this, but I just think at the end, I just want to do something that is creative and me. Like like I think all of us have that. I don't want to work for someone else except for Alex. We don't want to work for someone else.
Here's the thing.
I'll be working on everything.
And I love this creative side of this thing too. I obviously, I do this. I have my own show. I do my shit. But like, some of my best ideas come from my mundane task at work. Like I'm just like doing nothing at work, and I'm just like,
I could be doing nothing in my.
You're gonna be so rich, you can invest into CarMax, and they'll probably promote you way up.
Sure,
you
like
won't even have to work in the store. You'll literally work for CarMax. You won't even have to be in the store.
I get it, man. I like my job though. I like being there. I like the people there. I like talking to everybody. Like I just like going there and bullshitting. And like if I went there and I had $275 million in the bank, like one fucking person gave me a hard time, I'd walk the fuck away. Like I ain't got to take no bullshit from nobody. Like what are you gonna do? Fire me? Okay, see you later. Have a great day. Like I don't know. I like my job. I like being there. So. And I like the mundaneness of it. I come up with great ideas at work. I have a little notebook I have at work, and I write all my ideas down. Like I have them, like write it down, and that's just.
Alex is like, I'm gonna work until I own this place.
I don't want to own it. My CEO is a good CEO. He's fine. I just want to, listen. They can be partners with me. That's cool. They'd be like, hey. We are excited to be partners of the Squad Pod Entertainment. Tap that's part of it. But he works for us. He's also a fucking RA in the back cleaning cars.
Tap That's gonna be a brewery. You
Shovel
should open
it.
up a brewery called Tap That Brewery.
Yeah, dude. Like I mean,
Alex,
like
You'll
what you
be
need to
inside the
do-
CarMax promoting drunk driving.
Stay working there, but work your way into the marketing department
And Alex is
and
gonna
get
be like,
some sponsorships over. Our
maybe you gotta think this through.
nah, dude, that's too much stress. I just want to like clean cars in the back and like just have like a relaxed job, dude. I just want to like drive nice cars and like just hang out.
But
like,
you could
that's
do
it.
that with
You
your
could
millions
do
of
that.
dollars.
Yeah, but it's a waste of money. Like I don't
buying nice cars or renting nice car or
Bro, I
leasing
don't-
nice cars.
I don't want a fucking Hellcat, but like I'll drive it for 5 minutes to go wash it and be happy. And like I'm cool with that. Like I don't want to waste money. Like they're gonna pay me to do it, man. Like that's how you stay rich. They gonna pay me to drive Hellcats. Like y'all too frivolous, man.
Got a point.
My kids are gonna be rich. That money gonna be sitting
He's
right
talking
there.
about generational wealth.
Yeah, man. Like I'm good. Work. You're fine.
I'm gonna
That's
stick
how the world
100
works.
million
But
in an investment,
we
and
are
it's gonna
not
pay me every
against
month.
work. We're not
No,
against
I know.
work.
I'm not saying
We're
you're
just
against work. I get it. I get it.
We're
Yeah.
against working for the man.
The man.
I'm working for someone. I'm working for me.
Listen,
This
my
man.
job.
You.
My
You.
job is a nice
For
man.
you.
He's a nice guy. He like it's a nice
He's
man.
a nice guy.
He's a nice man. It's fine. Like I like my job. It's fine.
Alex,
It's cool.
does your boss watch this podcast?
Is your
I hope.
boss like text messaging you right now? Like,
You son of
Alright,
a bitch,
you're-
what are you talking about, huh?
Okay, maybe
You're talking about
275 million. Like maybe I'd quit my job, and that's an exuberant. But
That's-
like, if I want just like $2 million, I'm keeping my job, dude. $2 million.
Oh,
ain't
2
much.
million,
Changes the whole
absolutely.
conversation.
2 million,
It changes
absolutely.
the whole
Yeah.
conversation. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. It changes the whole
Yeah.
conversation. But like, I don't know. You have those plans in your head when you win the lottery, and keeping my job has always been one of them. Like, and
shit.
maybe,
I think it lasts a week.
and maybe it does, and then I quit. And I'm like, nah, fuck this, dude. I'm a bazillionaire. Like, fuck y'all.
Would definitely you go through with it. Like you go to work that first day, and you would just think
just
about
like-
the amount of money that you have in your bank account.
What am I doing?
It would last
Man,
you
I
probably-
doing?
But
Here's
listen, I'm talking
my
about when I'm working. Like, I'm showing up when I want to show up. Like, I'm like, you ain't giving me a schedule. Like, you ain't giving me
Listen,
tasks.
I'll work
like,
for you, but I want to work for you when I feel like.
When
I want to
feel-
work for you, but you work for me.
but
Yeah.
you work for me.
like, I'll be here. I'll fucking clean your cars. I'll vacuum that shit. But just know that I got fucking $100 million stuffed in my back pocket right now, and I will
Like,
buy
I
that
could
car.
buy the
I was gonna
dealership.
say after we get Squad Pod Incorporated up, Vern can finally run for president with all this money, and we can make that presidential
super
run we
PAC.
talked about all those years ago.
We're gonna need a lot more than 200.
We're gonna
some
need a
million
lot more than
dollars.
$200 million.
Buy
That's
a
why we get
president.
it. That's why we get Super PAC, man. We get some
Well-
fuds.
It's a good place to start. You know,
We got campaign.
Great
That's what
place to
campaigns
start,
are
man.
for.
That's that whole Donald Trump. Like, I just took a small $100 million loan from my daddy. Like, just small, just small $100 million. That's
They're
all.
gonna be like,
And then I made
How'd
my
you
own
do
business.
it? And I'll be like, man, I won the lottery, and now we just running for president,
like,
man.
I
this
just
guy
decided to be
won the
president.
lottery.
Won
That's
the
how-
lottery? Like, yeah, man. Like we talked
Okay,
about doing
man.
this forever ago. We go up and finally like, hey, let's run for president.
I think it's 2032. What I'm of legal age or 20? I don't think I'll be old enough by 2030.
Well,
Well,
slogan
that's
will
why we
be-
gotta take that time to prepare.
We got
Oh,
plenty of
slow-
time. I think
Gotta get
32 is the
lobbyists.
first time we'll be eligible.
You gotta be
we'll old enough.
35. Vernon, that's only in like 7 or 8 years.
right?
No, I'm saying 2032. I think is the first election that I'll be like old
the
enough
election.
to run
that's
it.
right,
I'm the
okay.
first one to turn the age, but I'll back Vernon.
Well,
Your slogan will be there's no better man of the people than the man of the people. Something like that. No better man for the
You know
people
what?
than the man of the people.
we'll run our
Ah.
presidency as like it won't just be one of us. It'll be all of us.
We'll
You know what
lose.
I mean?
You get
No, we won't.
We already got
You don't
the
get
cabinet
a
picked out,
president. You
man.
get a
Bro, are you
squad.
Democrat or are you Republican? Those are your two options.
Yes.
No, you do not get to
Listen.
sway.
We're 8 years away from this, right? No, we're more than that. 11 years away from this potentially.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You think America's gonna last that long? We'll see if this even happens.
Yo, if you have it up to people in the fucking Washington right now, man, we're gonna have one party. It's gonna be Republicans. That's it. Just one.
If we have one party, it's the Trump party. That's
Just the Trump party. All right, we're not getting into that. I have a new question. We're changing subjects. New question. And I'm gonna ask it and answer it first.
Okay.
I'll see the answer. Okay.
Okay.
That's a way to do it.
So we got this podcast. 28 episodes in. All right. Super excited to do this podcast. One of the highlights of my week here.
Okay.
If you could have anybody, fictional or reality, start a podcast, who would it be that you would watch, and what would their topic be? Because obviously ours is more of a general podcast, but just to keep the interesting question, make them have a topic. You know, did we talk about
I
this?
feel like we've answered.
No,
this
I think you
question.
told us to think about it. We didn't talk about it.
I did think about it. I did a couple weeks ago.
We
Yeah,
never
that's a
actually
good
got
answer.
to it. Okay.
Yeah.
So
then-
my answer is I would like Eminem to start a podcast, and I just want to hear that dude nerd out about rap. Like,
talk about hip hop.
just talk about old school, new school. I just want to like the dude.
Way you hear Peyton Manning do like a detail episode or
Exactly,
something like
yes.
that.
I just want to hear
the
him.
level of knowledge talking about the topic. That
Yeah.
would be amazing.
The interview he did with Sway when Music to Be Murdered By came out. Like, I want that kind of shit where like this dude is like, he doesn't just like music, he analyzes it. He loves
He just did
it.
one a couple weeks ago. They
saw.
posted, and he was in his room, and literally the whole wall behind him was cassette tapes, and
Yeah,
he collects cassette tapes. And they were talking about old school hip hop, and he would just turn around and find that shit on the wall,
You
and
knew
it
where
would
it
be
was.
like sealed still, bro. Like he's finding like mint condition ones, but like it's so cool like to hear him talk like nerd out on it because you know that like he has such a passion.
He's a passion.
for
He's
the
a
music.
love, and I
Yeah.
love to hear that passion come out in somebody that I mean, not just listened to, but idolized almost my whole
Yeah.
life. Like I love Eminem. I've idolized this guy my whole life, and to hear him talk about his passions to me, like makes my heart giddy. So if he started a podcast where he just like talked about new albums, not just
Mhm.
his, everybody's, you know, I don't care if he reviews them and hates them, you know, just like I would just love to hear it, you know. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be a review show. He could talk about old school music, new school music. It'd be great. It'd be a fun ass time, man. That's who I'd love to start a podcast.
Yeah.
That was a good
I'll
answer to start with.
I don't want anybody to steal it.
I got a good one.
I'll go ahead, man.
All right. Tupac. Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
Talking about social justice issues every episode, like as it has been evolving. Like think about like how the way he was talking back then, like that would just
Back
be
then, yeah.
crazy to hear just what his opinions on everything would be nowadays.
He could have Kyrie
You know,
Irving as a guest.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I just think it would be crazy. It would be too insightful. You know what I mean? Because it would be like, it would be from his level. I don't even know. Like, it would be like a Kyrie Irving situation. It would be cool to see him quit rap as like a superstar level and do this, like, because it's important.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the great part about Tupac is because he had the rapper background, he was almost like a preacher in the sense of like how he spoke and his cadence. Like when he
That's what I'm
talked,
picturing.
yeah, it envelops you in, even when he's just talking, you know. Like you
It would
listen
come-
to Pimp or Butterfly and that whole like interview he has, like the cadence of it is just like it draws you in. And I'm with that, man. Tupac being like on even just CNN in the morning, I'd be listening to Tupac. I'm like, yeah, Tupac, what's going on?
He would see him on CNN or something
So
like
just
that.
going
like
on in the world?
Tupac covered in the news with that enthusiasm that he has, that passion that he has about like what he thinks is right. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's just
That is a
interesting.
good one, man. Oh man, I actually thought of a couple. I think if he was still alive, George Carlin would be amazing on a podcast, just
Yeah.
like talking about just like random stuff that's going on within the world.
Shit,
Another,
everybody.
yeah, just shitting on everybody. Just Carlin being Carlin, just analyzing everything as it happens, especially like nowadays, man. And probably the other one would just be like Dave Grohl if he had a podcast, just talk about music and shit.
That'd be awesome.
just about anything because that dude is just interesting as fuck. Like, like he's always like he's got his hands everywhere. I know we've talked about it before, but I feel like dude's got stories. Eddie's got like just like he listens to so much music, man. He's just talking about it all the time, like Eminem.
Kind of like Eminem. He's been involved.
Of it,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
for so long.
So nobody picked a fictional character yet. Evan, you gonna change that?
I can't think of anything.
No,
Wolverine.
Huh?
Wolverine. There is a Wolverine podcast. It's great too.
Really?
It's not Wolverine talking though.
He's like, there's a Wolverine.
He's
podcast.
like,
It's what is it called? I think it's called something Night. It's is Marvel released it. It's like a story told in podcast form, but it's like about these two cops and they're investigating these murders and Wolverine's in it. Like he's the main character of it. He's not the one talking, but it is cool. It's like a murder mystery.
I didn't know we were allowed to pick fictional characters, and I
said fictional.
I came up with the best one. I want a podcast from Batman as he's fighting crime, as he's doing detective work, as you're reading the graphic novel, his inner monologue. That's gonna be the podcast. Like the whole time, I want to know what Batman's like. Oh, like there's 4 of them in the room. Such. There's like he's piecing everything together like a mystery podcast. But it's Batman, and you get to hear him kicking ass in the background when he finds the dudes. And that would be amazing. That'd be a great.
Just imagine the commercial for that. Like I hear all these
Batman's podcast. It's live.
I hear all these commercials for like podcasts and stuff, and some of them get like ridiculous. There's this one with like conspiracy theories and stuff that it's like you're a moderator in the Zodiac Killer's web, or I don't know what, but yeah, imagine like Batman's like you want to hear the inner monologue of Batman as he's kicking ass,
as he's solving all these mysteries every night, or just like coming across crimes.
The mystery podcast genre seems
because like you'll be listening to them, and most of the time it'll be like just regular crimes going down, and one night as you're listening, some crazy shit goes down, and you're like, "Oh man, I'm in for it this time."
Joker.
It's like the Joker,
yeah. And then he's like piecing everything together, and it's like this shit could go on for hours, and you sitting here listening to this shit. But I think that would be super entertaining. Or really, I guess you could really place it with any superhero, I guess. But Batman would be pretty interesting, I think.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, dude, I don't have one. I don't have I can't think of anyone. I mean, only because we were kind of just talking about it. Me and Brittany just earlier. She said she could watch Breaking Bad. I think it'd be kind of interesting to hear like the character Jesse Pinkman after like the statute of limitations for everything that like happened to him. Like, would there be a statute of limitations for that? Like cooking meth and selling it? How long is that gonna be?
I mean, I think he was involved with a couple murders, wasn't he?
I mean, I guess we don't gotta talk about that. I don't know. I just think that'd be interesting to hear, like not like the stuff you saw on TV. I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool. Because I've seen some YouTube videos of people like criminals that were like in jail and stuff, and it's kind of interesting just to hear their perspective on everything. So yeah. I mean, as a fictional character though, I don't know. I can't think of any other people though that I'd really want to hear.
Oh man, I feel like I can just keep coming up with them.
I forgot about the question. I didn't think about it.
Podcast would be amazing if Stan Lee had a podcast.
Yes, and he invited like Iron Man on and like other fictional characters like that. Imagine that shit. That would be
like, good night and Excelsior.
A Goku podcast
where he's just talking about food and talking about how people he wants to fight.
Yeah,
that would be all it is.
I bet that guy's strong.
I bet he's strong. He's gonna have callers just call in like, "Do you think you can beat this guy?" And he's like, "Oh, he's probably strong, but I think I can take him."
Are we talking about Goku?
Yeah, we're still talking about podcasts.
Goku.
I didn't bring it up.
You're a liar. Don't talk to me.
Bird actually.
I thought that would be the answer. Why or Evan would pick? To be honest with you, that was like what I was expecting.
I mean,
well, you weren't here. I said Stan Lee before that would be cool to have a podcast.
He'd be fun, yeah. He was a nice guy. I met Stan Lee before he died. He was a nice guy.
I saw him with you.
Yeah.
He walked right by us.
No,
saw
I-
him.
Yeah,
Stan Lee, man.
were you there?
Yeah, I was with you, man.
You
didn't go in
by
with
us.
Got
Did
your,
you?
when you got your, I didn't get to go in with you. We were
Oh.
in the one room together, and then
Yeah,
he
he
like
walked by.
he walked through right in front of us to go into the separate room. But like he walked right in front of us, and I was like, "Hey, that's
He's
fucking
a
Stan
super
Lee."
nice guy. I actually,
And he
I
was
mean,
saying
just,
hello to everybody.
just a quick tidbit on Stanley on how incredible of a dude he was. Like Wyatt said, we were up at Comic-Con. I do remember him walking. He was super nice to everybody, like just walking through. I waited in line to actually get autograph from him. I got the Death of Gwen Stacy autograph by him. And so we waited in line for probably 45 minutes, an hour, hour and a half, something like that.
Wild.
It was a while. I waited in line for quite a while. And I may be the 10th, 15th person back in line. And he's sitting at this table, and we're all kind of wrapped around, kind of going in. We hand him his book, he signs it. And there's these two guys, they're like big security guys, and they're talking, and like the first like 10 people, they're just like, okay, get your book, go. Get your book, go. Get your book. So they're just laying their book, he's signing, he's going. And Stanley, he's like 3 people before I get up there, he stops and he's like, first off, I can't go at this pace. And he's like, and I got all day. He's like, relax. He's like, we don't gotta go this fast. So then like everybody who came up to him and he's like, hey, I'm Stan Lee. How are you? What's your name? And he was like, what's your favorite comic book?
Fuck these
And he
guys.
just like stopped it. Cause like these people were like, go, go, go. And he's like, relax.
That's how it was when we went and saw Bruce Campbell the one time.
Oh yeah, dude. He was just like, I got the time, man. Like he was just like, I think my wrist is gonna hurt if I sign at this pace, you know.
Yeah,
So like
Stan Lee's super old, man.
Yeah,
Like,
I got
come
up
on.
there. I had Death of Gwen Stacy, and I kind of lied to him and rest in peace. But he was like, "What's your favorite comic book?" And I was just like frozen. I was like, this one." I just like gave it to him.
this one, Aaron.
The one you
I
wrote.
love
This
you.
one.
I love you so much.
I mean, it's not, but like, but he was super nice.
It's like
he
when
was super
you see
curious.
Santa Claus and you just freeze. You're like, I want a football.
Damn it! I wanted a dragon this year. Fuck.
Damn it, I want a
Thank you,
dragon. I
Mr.
told him a
Stan Lee.
football.
I practiced this, but like he was very nice. He was very accommodating. He was one of the best famous people I've ever met. That was just like for him to like stop everybody and be like, relax, you know, like I got this. Like I'll
That's
sit here and
awesome.
sign books. It was cool. It was a cool guy. That's
He's
my
like-
quick Stanley.
He's like, "What's your name?" And you're like, "Alex." And he signs everything, and you look at it. It's like to Alan. And it's like you're like, "Oh." Oh.
No,
Oh my god.
the only
At
thing
least
he
it
did
wasn't
say,
his favorite comic book.
listen, the only thing he did say to
Oh
me
my God.
is I handed it to him closed, and he opened it and he's like, you don't sign it on the front cover because it'll wash off. And he signed like the first page.
The actual page.
Yeah,
He knows.
he knows. He's been doing it for years.
Thank you,
He's been
Stan
doing a
Lee.
lot of
I will
things
take that
for years.
advice to my grave.
I'll take it to my grave. I'll sign the first page of
I will
everything.
never sign the cover of anything ever.
Super nice guy, dude. That is one of, and not that there hasn't a lot of deaths that
I'm
have,
just
like,
glad I got to see him, bro. You actually got to like get something signed. I'm just glad I got to like walk right in front. I was like, holy shit.
Well,
All
you
starstruck.
We went and met Kevin Smith that time, though. That's one of my favorite autographs too,
I've
man.
seen Kevin Smith a couple times in person, but we actually talked to him.
We talked
that
to
one
him,
time.
got
That
it
shit was
signed, yeah.
wild. I was a little starstruck then too.
I was a little starstruck. I was like,
But-
okay.
because like we walked in and bumped into the dude. Like
Yeah. was
you
a good
can't
time.
really get much like cooler than that, man.
Yeah. It was and we were late too. Remember, we were all pissed off showing up because we went
Bro.
for a Tusk intro. Like they were showing the movie and then they were doing a
And then they had a
Q&A.
Q&A afterwards.
And then you could go back to the comic book shop and they said maybe Kevin Smith will be there, but he was there. But like we went and we missed the whole movie. We didn't watch it together.
because like Cody went
snowstorm.
with us. Yeah, the snowstorm and the whole highway was ice. Like
The whole
literally,
thing.
we saw cars spin out on the
Smash into
highway
each other.
and smash into each other.
You're
and like as we
"Oh
were
my
stopped,
God."
as we
You're
were
like,
stopped,
I gotta
we
see
got
Kevin
out.
Smith.
as we were stopped, we got out and we could slide on the highway, bro. It was just straight
Oh
ice.
my God.
And we still like Cody's
Cody
like fuck it.
Trooper. He was like creeping at like 2 miles an hour. Just
We made it to New Jersey, got to the theater, and like we were already late, but like we came in and like Kevin Smith was just chilling in the lobby by himself.
Yep.
You
He was
know,
just
and,
about
like,
to go to the Q&A because we missed the whole move. They
we
wouldn't let
missed
us
the
go in. It was like the last 10, 15 minutes of the movie, and they wouldn't let us go in during the movie. We had tickets and stuff. They're like, you can go in during the Q&A, and we were chilling in the lobby. It was just like us, and he came in, and it was Kevin Smith, and I was like, oh, Kevin.
He just asked us like where we were from, and we like chatted with him for a little bit. But
also super nice guy.
Super nice dude.
Yeah, super nice.
Yeah, super nice.
That's
That was
awesome.
really cool. That was probably one of the coolest moments.
Yeah,
I mean, we've seen other like people at like Comic-Con and shit at panels, but
I've seen a few. Bruce Campbell, I actually don't have that great of a memory for him. He was nice. We shook his hand. He was nice. Quick. The only thing I didn't like is it was your birthday and you asked him to take a picture with him, and he said no. He's like, nope, go.
Well, it was more of like they were trying to like what you.
It was
were
a
saying,
time
like,
thing. He wasn't a
get outside.
He wasn't a dick about it. He wasn't like,
no, he wasn't a dick about it. The
me.
security dude was a kind of dick about it, but Bruce Campbell wasn't a dick about it.
Yeah,
he still shook my hand.
He shook his
signed
hand.
my shit, and like, hey, that's all I asked for is just like sign my shit.
We should go. I have the whole collection now in Steelbook. I'd like to go meet him as many times as we can and get them all signed by him. I'll have the whole collection signed by him.
Bring the whole collection with you. Why don't you just be like, there you go.
Oh, no, it was very strict. He was only signing one thing.
Yeah, one thing. That's it.
That's it.
Bro, I remember, I don't even remember what year it was. It was one of the times I saw the used, and I got like a backstage thing for like $10. And like after the show, I'm guessing they were drinking for a while because like I had a hat and I got them signed, and like they signed it and they passed it down, and then they brought it back up to me, and the other two dudes signed it again. So I have a hat signed by like all four of them plus like just two duplicates on there.
They just kept going.
Didn't you and Kyle smoke a cigar with the lead singer in the back in an alley? Yeah.
It was whenever they did a acoustic show at FYE in Philly, and that was when Kyle was in Westchester going to school. And we drove into Philly to see the acoustic set, and like the line was like they didn't let anybody in yet, so it was like wrapped around the building, and like we were just chilling, caught at the back of the line, and like Quentin was smoking this big ass cigar like he does sometimes, and like we looked back, and like in the alleyway, like two dudes were chilling, and it was fucking like Bert and Quinn. And we went back and we chilled and talked with them for like a good 20 minutes to a half hour, dude. Like we were just chilling, talking with them. That was really cool, man.
That's cool. Yeah,
that was
cool
actually
moment.
like I totally like forgot about that. That was really cool because like the users are still around, but Quinn isn't in the band anymore. But it was cool to like actually chill with those dudes.
I don't know if I've ever met any singers. Not live like that. No, I never met any singers.
Yeah.
What was your first concert? I just want to hear everybody's just to move on with the topic.
Oh God.
My first concert was Skillet. It was with the church.
All right.
Vernon, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It was
I think my first like actual concert, like real concert, was that Wiz one. The Wiz.
Really? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I can't think of anything before that.
Mine's kind of embarrassing.
Mine's embarrassing, dude.
No, I want to hear it. Because mine was pretty bad.
I was super young, and it was the Backstreet Boys.
All right.
That was my first concert.
Mine's very similar. I was super young, and I went with my sister to see Dream Street. If anybody remembers that boy band, at least you get to see a boy band that's still relevant today that people know. Nobody knows who the fuck Dream Street
I can't even tell you much, like if anything at all about the show. I was that young, bro.
I remember it was the first time I was standing there, and I'm maybe 8, 9, maybe 10, I don't know. And I'm looking around, and there is all these girls screaming, and I didn't like know who Dream Street was, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
where am I?
Like, what am I watching?
Is this what Dream Street is?
What am I watching?
But that's the first concert I ever went to. My aunt and uncle took me, my sister, and a couple other people to it. Like that was the first one.
Man,
so
wild.
That was my first one that I went to on my own free will. Was actually a good concert. It was Motley Crue Fest.
Ooh.
And with Motley Crue was 3 Days Grace, Hinder, and Theory of a Dead Man. So I had to see all of them plus Motley Crue, and it was a pretty good show. I was like, oh, this is good.
Now to build off of your question, what was like the best concert?
I was gonna ask that.
Oh, wow, you know this answer.
Is it Paul McCartney?
It's Paul fucking McCartney. I don't even care.
I was gonna say
it. Me up. It's Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney is probably the best concert experience I've ever had.
But
The second one is okay. My second one is Slipknot with you guys. I
Oh,
really
that
love
was
that show.
That shit was incredible.
That is a
That show was because we didn't even see the opening.
It
acts
wasn't even-
that were there. We literally chilled in the parking lot and just drank.
That one wasn't
chilled.
even just the concert. That was the whole experience.
Listen,
It was the whole experience. It
Chilling
was
with those
amazing.
guys they made us pierogies.
yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about how like when I get drunk, I'm very relaxed and like this. Slipknot, I remember going in hammered and just being like, all right, I'm gonna enjoy this show. And as soon as that first like pounding drum hits, dude, it was uphill from there. It was just like
I know. I feel like we were all going crazy the whole time.
like I don't think I sat down that entire concert. Like
No,
I don't think.
damn,
I don't think any of
I
us.
still have a bunch of videos from it if we ever can find them.
Oh, that was
I have
good.
some too. Yeah.
Next
that was, like-
concert that actually happens, we should go to, man.
That
Yeah, I
was
was gonna
just
say we all should go to like another show because I feel like no matter who it is, we're all gonna have a good
It was-
time.
We were
It was
gonna go
good
see
time.
Foo Fighters, weren't we?
We were,
Yeah,
but
I would love to go see.
I'd go
Mhm.
see Foo.
Hopefully, they said concerts could be up and running by like this fall. So
I had a great time
See.
at the Coheed concert with you too, Wyatt.
that was good. And then we saw Chance.
Yeah, Chance was good
Oh.
afterwards. Rap concerts are a little like different from rock concerts. I mean, not that they're not
Yeah.
good, but they're a little
It's
different.
true.
The I have a funny story. I don't know if I should tell it on the podcast, but I have a funny story with me and Vernon when we went and saw Wiz. So it's years ago. We were on vitamins back then too, and we forgot all of our vitamins at the hotel. Like every single one of them, dude.
Wow.
And I was so mad. And I just remember arguing
Go
with
to a
Vernon.
Wiz show.
Dude, I'm going to a Wiz show, and Vernon was like, he smoked cigarettes back then, and he was just like, "Why didn't you grab them?" And I was like, "Why the fuck would I grab a pack of cigarettes?" And Vernon was like, "I already grabbed my pack of cigarettes. Why wouldn't you grab the other pack of
I
cigarettes?"
thought you were gonna grab them.
And I
They
was
were
like,
chilling. I thought you were gonna grab.
"Listen,
I rolled them. I thought you were gonna grab them.
both arguments were very valid. He is right. It probably would have looked weird for him to walk in with 2 packs of cigarettes, but in the same time, my habit isn't to pick up a pack of cigarettes. I never would have did that. Like I didn't smoke
listen,
back
Me and him are both all like,
then. Well, this is where it's going.
when we get to the concert, we're just like, and like we're chilling, things are going. Meanwhile, okay, people are just showing up. Kendrick Lamar is on stage.
Yep. Before he's famous.
Before he's famous. And during all of this, Kendrick Lamar is on stage rapping like "Pour Up, Drag," and like only like a little bit of the crowd are like "Drag," and I'm like, I don't even. That's wild. That's a little fucking side note, but like,
Yeah.
Concert starts. You know what I mean? It's going. These people that are next to us spark up like a blunt, and we're just like. And like Alex doesn't quite notice it because like we had our girls with us at the time, and like so he was like a little bit over there, and like I took it, and I'm like, do you mind if And like she's like, yeah, and I handed it to Alex. And I remember just Alex just being like we were both like back in it. The rest of the concert was crazy.
That lady,
like,
if that lady ever sees this podcast, she's the real MVP, man. That lady that gave it to him.
Thank you.
She made that concert experience much better.
She was just like
she saw you grumpy.
She's like, this guy needs
He's grumpy as hell.
He needs it. He needs to cheer up. I
left
do
all
remember
his
an
shit
odd
home.
show that me and Vern went to. We went and bought tickets to Ludacris, and it was in, I forget where it was, but we went to it. It was in Shippensburg, and we went to it, and bro, no lie, it was just this like tiny ass stage in the middle of like it looked like a high school gym. Like if you put a stage in the middle of the gym at West Perry, that's what it looked like. And Ludacris just did a show in the middle of like a gym.
Like an auditorium.
It felt so odd. Because like I was like, I feel like Ludacris should not be performing on just like a tiny ass stage in the middle of like an auditorium.
We were
like a little
like
gymnasium.
front row damn near because it was so
there was,
like easy.
It was just
walked up
standing
to it.
room. There was no seats. It was just standing room. And like we just walked in and kind of just, we didn't even have to push up front. Just kind of walked up front.
Ludacris
And
is
then
right
just-
here.
We chilled pretty much front row for the whole show. Just watched Ludacris do his thing for like an hour and then peace.
That's what
But
those college shows are, man.
it was just so odd.
I
like,
saw Mac
it
Miller
was.
in the very same sense too. I saw him at Mansfield University, and it was just like in a university, and I was like, okay, like this is just in a gym, I guess. It is
it's
weird.
so weird how it's just in a gym, in like a basketball. You're like standing on a basketball court.
Yeah,
watching
I could shoot a three at Mac Miller.
Yeah,
like when you look up, you see the baskesketball hoops are all pushed up, like you know how they're all mechanically. Like I'm like
there's a basketball stuck in between somewhere.
there's a volleyball
here?
in the rafters. Ludacris is here.
Like if I wasn't there for a Ludacris, like if I wasn't there to see Ludacris, I wouldn't believe you if you said Ludacris was going to be there performing.
Like you would have thought it'd be like a high school talent show.
There's no fucking way Ludacris is coming out and performing here. There's no way.
And I felt like half the people there didn't even know who the hell he was.
Yeah, I felt like me and you were bopping to every song. Me and you were jamming, and then like
song.
People would like the big hits, like he did, yeah, and like that kind of shit, like the club bangers. But there was like other songs he would do that like only people that listen to Ludacris would know. Yeah,
bunch of kids,
a bunch of kids don't know Ludacris. They see him in Fast and Furious and shit. They're like, oh, I'll go see him.
Oh, this dude's in Fast and Furious. I know he raps.
They probably got free tickets because they went to that college.
Probably.
It's just like, hey, you want to go see it?
We need people to go see this. We paid them a lot of money.
Veteran Luda listeners there, just like throw us some like deep tracks, and it was just like mostly hits and shit.
Sing Blueberry Yum Yum.
Yeah,
that concert was awesome.
It was a good concert. It was a good show.
So it was the Mac when he came out Mac came out about 45 minutes late. He stumbled on that stage and he's like, I'm sorry, I was getting high in my trailer, but let's do this show. And he just like came out and said it. Like he didn't give a shit. And I was like, all right.
Was the best
makes sense.
Part.
Let's get on with the show.
He was the best part of the Pittsburgh show too.
Oh yeah, Mac Miller was
came
great.
out before Wiz Khalifa, and then Wiz Khalifa came out as like the main part. Even whenever Wiz Khalifa was popping and performed, and I still was like, Mac had the best part of this show. Like the way Mac came out with that Pittsburgh jersey on.
Yeah, that was my thing. We were so excited to go see him in their hometown, man. And like Mac was loving being in his hometown. And I feel like Wiz barely like even referenced it. He was just like, it's another day at the show. You know, not that it wasn't good. He did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
The only thing I do remember is I remember him in that long, flowy white shirt, and like the wind was going, and he was singing, and he was rapping, and like the wind was blowing. And I was like, "What the fuck is going on right now with this?
What is going on right now?"
That's what I remember.
What is going on right now? Is Wiz a wacky waving inflatable art flow too, man?
He's long enough to be one, man.
He's just like, oh.
It was a good show, but Mac loved being in his hometown, man. He was having a great time, and I wanted more of that from Wiz Khalifa. Like I came and saw you in Pittsburgh on purpose because I know you rep Pittsburgh. Like, be in Pittsburgh, then, you know, be there, love it. So I don't
know. That's totally interesting. But yeah, I mean, is there anybody that you want to see going forward? Like, if once concert gets back up and running, is there anybody that you like must see, if just in case? Because I mean, we've been through one pandemic now. Who knows when the next one could happen?
Eminem, somebody I have to see. I'd love to see Kendrick again, but I have to see Eminem before he stops touring.
I would love to see Eminem. Like, I would pay whatever.
I would pay a lot of money to see Eminem in concert.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like it would be a lot of money.
I would to see Paul McCartney again too. To be honest, if he came around, I would see Paul McCartney again.
Yeah.
But Foo Fighters, definitely. I need to see Foo Fighters.
An off the wall one that like I wouldn't take any of you guys to, but I would like to see is I'd go see Adele in concert. Like I would enjoy an Adele concert. I just want to see her vocals live. I just want to see it. I like Adele music.
You gotta drink a lot of wine to go to that show.
No way, man. I'll be the only dude in the concert just like Jason Pavement, just like jamming. I'm gonna get so much tail that night.
Never mind, I'll find someone like you. Alex is just because he's so tall, he's standing above all the women. So he's just Adele can see you. Adele can see you clearly. Just with your arms, she's like holding a sign.
I'm just like pushing my way to the front. Just like, yeah. I like Adele, man.
Oh my god.
I like Adele.
Nothing wrong with that.
And listen, and nowadays, not that I'd go see her in concert, but like I mean, I don't listen to the radio too often, but Billie Eilish, man, that lady is talented, dude.
Yeah, I
Like,
like Billie Eilish's
I
music.
like her music.
Same.
Every time it comes on, I'm just like, damn, this is good music, you know?
Good song.
Like, it ain't meant for, like, she ain't singing, and like when she gets together with her like record producers and shit, they're not like, let's go for the 25 to 30-year-olds, you know, like that's our target demographic, you know. But like, she got me. I'm a fan. I'm just like, all right.
It's good music, man.
It's good music.
Yeah, I
What
don't
about
mind
you,
any
Wyatt?
Billie Eilish's.
What would you see? You say Paul
What did
McCartney?
you guys see? Or me or them?
He's like,
Doesn't
what would
matter.
you guys see?
Next.
Oh man, I said Foo Fighters. I
I
haven't
was
seen
gonna
them.
see Blink. I would like to see Blink, although I feel like a lot of the bands I'd like to see, they have a reputation of not being good live. So I kind of feel like that would be
Blink
kinda
was good,
disappointing.
bro. I remember, I actually have seen Blink, and I remember it was Blink and My Chemical Romance.
See,
and they did a show.
those are
in
the two
Hershey.
that I was
That's
talking
a
about.
great show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great show, and I remember, like, I can say it now, but I was underage, but I got drunk with the people that took me to the show, so like I remember bits and pieces of it, but like I remember Blink's the one like that headline in the show,
Mhm.
and they played the longest. But My Chemical Romance was really good. I remember really liking them because at the
I would-
time I wasn't super into them at the time. Like
I
They
would
were
rather
supposed to
see
tour this
My
year or
Chem
last year. My
yeah,
Chemical
they were
Romance.
a reunion tour.
Of course. And
Got
that didn't
canceled.
happen. But yeah, I would like to see Blink. I would like to see My Chemical Romance. Eminem would be good, actually. I would like to
Eminem
see
would be
Eminem.
awesome, dude.
Eminem
Okay.
would be awesome.
I would pay a ton of money to go see that shit.
We should
Yeah.
go see
It's
the
like-
next show.
It's rare for that dude to do tours.
Yeah.
He does like festivals, so like I don't know.
All
I'll
right,
go to a
fuck it.
festival.
I'm gonna go to see
Fair enough.
festivals.
Man, and when he does do on tour, it's not just Eminem. It's like Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Jay-Z, Dr. Dre. If it like
He did one with like Rihanna, the
Yeah,
Monster
dude.
tour that one time.
like Jesus.
I go see Em and Rihanna. That'd be a cool show.
I want to see Rihanna.
Give
me Riri.
Ella, Ella.
Yeah, man. Shut Up and Drive. That's one of my favorite songs.
And
Shut
then
up
I
and
get to see
drive,
Eminem.
drive.
Wait,
Wow, that's like
Eminem
two
was
separate-
here?
That's two separate moods, man. I'm gonna be jamming to Rihanna, and then I'm gonna have to be in a whole separate mood to listen to Eminem for the other half of the show.
Who headlines that show? I mean, I guess Eminem probably, but like
Yeah,
they're both just absolutely mega stars.
I'm sure
you
it's
know?
just those two. So I'm sure she performs for a while, and then he would do his shit for a while after they do like the Monster song or whatever songs they do together.
Yeah, I feel like Eminem's got more like legacy than her. I mean, not that they're both not
Yeah.
absolute
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah,
successors.
he's been around for.
He just has
long.
more legacy than her.
Senor.
But, like,
can just-
yeah.
Dude can do a Paul McCartney show where he comes out by himself. Like that's the only dude that comes out and plays for 3 hours.
Yeah,
Like that's what like he could easily
That's
do
your
that shit if
jam.
he wanted.
he could, man. He got an entire catalog. Eminem should do like a discography tour where he
It's
just goes
kinda
from
daunting
song
getting
one
into this.
to song.
How Coheed
like,
did, how he went and saw
yeah.
Coheed.
But
where
like
played
they
the
just
whole
did an album. He should do it for like 6 hours, dude. Just like a discography tour. Come back tomorrow to see part 2.
Coheed actually has like a DVD that you could buy. It was like years ago where they did like a residency in New York for like 4 nights, and each night they played one of their albums the whole
Yeah.
way through, and then they
Cool.
put out a DVD on it. But
That'd
like
be
that
cool.
would be amazing if they did something like that.
Dude, if Eminem, how many albums he got? 7,
Uh,
8?
9 or 10 now.
Ooh.
I'll count
If
because
he
I have it up right now actually because I was
if
looking.
he did a 10-day tour, I would go to every single fucking one of those days, dude. All of them.
And then the last one, you're gonna cry.
I know.
You're gonna, because at the end he's gonna be like, "I'm done. I'm retired,"
I
or
love
whatever, and you'll be like,
10, I believe.
10.
tears of
10.
joy and tears of sadness.
10
He has
days.
so
He'll,
many
like,
deluxe
10.
editions. I had to
oh,
double
yeah,
check
man,
that.
he does.
And that's counting Music to Be Murdered By as one. So
yeah, it's one.
So yeah,
It's one.
that's
I liked side B though. Side B
it's
was good.
10.
Was good. But yeah, that would be a wild show, man.
It'd be
If
wild.
he did that shit.
4, 5, 6.
I know Slipknot did Iowa in full like a couple years ago.
I wouldn't go see Iowa in full. If they did Volume 3, I would go see that. That's the only
I like
Slipknot
when
album.
artists do that kind of shit though. It's
I
pretty
like
cool
when they
how
do it. I just
play like a full album. You
Yeah.
have to be a fan. Like that's for like the fans.
yeah.
I
Right.
kind of regret not seeing the like because I saw the Used so many times before, but they did a 2-night like they did a tour where every city they go to it was 2 nights and they did their first 2 albums back to back like for both nights, and I was like that would have been awesome to go see. And I
Mhm.
just didn't
I
do
mean,
it at
again,
the
you
time.
have to be a fan of that. Like when we saw the Coheed album, like that is my favorite Coheed album. You know, like that's
Is
the
there any,
one I
like-
want to see.
Yeah. Do you guys have any like regrets of concerts that you didn't see?
Didn't see or
It's like-
did see?
Like didn't like concerts you wanted to see or like you could have went but you didn't.
I know I've
I-
told this story, but I'll just say it again because I have an answer for it. I actually had tickets to see Blink and Linkin Park, and it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
2 or 3 weeks after Chester died. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I was actually I wanted to go to that show too.
I had tickets.
Mine
for
actually
it. Yeah.
involves Linkin Park. It was right after I think it was Thousand Suns came out. They did a tour with 30 Seconds to Mars and they went to Hershey. And I wanted to go see that show so bad and I didn't. And it would have been awesome. Linkin Park and 30 Seconds to Mars. And that was like when we were like,
That
I know
would've
me
been
and Vern
awesome.
were big on 30 Seconds to Mars. at
I
that
like
point.
those
Oh,
things
yeah.
Mars.
Yeah. So I mean, that would have been a wild show to see. I wish I would have went to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about it. I mean, my only regret would be we wanted to go see that Fall Out Boy Green Day concert that came to Hershey 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago?
I
Was
think
that-
it was supposed to, I don't think it happened. I think it was supposed to happen in August
Yeah.
and then got
I think it
canceled.
got-
No,
No,
was
I
that-
thought
they
it
were with-
happened.
No, I think. Yeah, I
I
think
don't
it
think
was-
it happened.
was it Fall
it
Out
was-
Boy or was it?
It was
Foo
definitely
Fighters?
Fall Out Boy.
'Cause
Yeah,
I
it was
know-
Fall Out Boy, Weezer, and Green Day.
Yeah, Fall Out Boy, Weezer,
Oh.
and Green Day. It was like the
Okay.
mega.
I thought
something.
that
Yeah,
was
'cause we
Foo
all wanted to
Fighters with
go.
them. Either way, that's
That'd have been
still-
No, but yeah, I think that one was canceled too.
Yeah, that was the one we were
Oh.
actually looking for tickets for. I think.
I thought we just missed that. I thought it happened.
No, it was
after.
last year. Yeah.
Damn, COVID, 2020,
Damn,
going
the
concerts and
COVID.
shit. I want to go. I want to see some shows. This is the first year I haven't seen. Like 2020 was the first year I haven't seen a show.
Yeah.
I usually try to see at least one a year.
We didn't meet. I never really went to concerts, but then like in the last like 5 years, I've been to more than I have my whole life. I love them.
I like cons.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like my
I
preferred.
don't even need
but,
to like all the music. It's just fun.
just to hang out with you guys.
I
Yeah,
went
hang
to
out
Chance with you
anybody.
Yeah.
guys. I knew nothing, and it was so fun. I didn't even get
I
to sit
love
with you.
Chance. You did. Oh, we came up eventually. Eventually, it was
eventually.
like us in
Yeah,
seats, and then
yeah.
we all came.
As
up.
you guys
sure.
went to the
Oh,
bathroom,
no.
you just stayed with
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one thing to go to a show that like just a show that like maybe you don't know the band that
Mhm.
well. But it's a whole nother when you go and you actually like love the artist and you
Yeah.
know the music because you're just like vibing with the artist the whole
Mhm.
time and everybody that loves the artist too. So I
Right.
mean, it's just
the
like
whole
it's a
experience
feeling.
at that
Yeah, it's a whole experience. Like it's like a weird feeling. Like I went to the Minus the Bear farewell tour. The only time I got to see those dudes were on the farewell tour. How crazy! Like that sucks. But you could feel it. Like even like at the show, like this is their last show. These dudes were putting on a hell of a show.
Mhm.
I knew all the songs, luckily, but it was an amazing show. But you could like it had a certain feel to it.
Yeah,
I love
That's
like dude, shows are
still
amazing.
cool though.
I will say
Yeah.
the best show I've been to. I mean, Slipknot was fun as the experience. I think just
Yeah,
as
that
like
was
the concert
That was a
itself.
wild experience.
I think it's an off the wall one, but me and Brittany went to see 21 Pilots, and it was great.
Pilots.
They just like you were saying, the energy, like they are there to put on a show, and they did it. Like
Yeah.
the first song they played, the lead singer climbed up on like the top of like the Hershey Stadium and stuff, and was like
Oh,
singing.
shit.
Yeah, it was wild. They had a bubble. He got into a bubble and then like ran out onto the crowd. Like it was,
yeah, okay.
yeah, it was a great show, and it sounded great too. So
Mhm.
yeah, that
That's
21
awesome,
Pilots
man.
was good,
That's awesome.
and they're not even my favorite band, but like they just nailed it.
Yeah. I've had a couple of those. Like I've seen Maroon 5 at Hershey and they put on a hell of a show, dude. Maroon 5 was awesome. in
Maroon 5
concert.
would be good.
They were awesome in concert. But I mean that's not something I would actually go like choose to go to.
Yeah,
Like I think at the time Kyle won tickets to them. And we are like, fuck it, let's go see Maroon 5, man.
Oh,
But,
that's-
like
yeah,
I
that's
like their older
exactly it.
shit. Like I like their first couple albums.
Dude, I love Payphone.
That was cool.
I've had that on my on repeat a few times.
Like
I
that,
agree with
that
Payphone.
Makes Me Wonder song that they had back in the day. That was a dope song.
I like Maroon 5. I even like how they aged. Maroon 5's good for me.
I fell out of them after a while.
I mean,
I'm not big on their newer stuff.
They've done a good job at staying relevant.
I don't listen to
Yeah.
their music
Yeah.
that often,
They
but
change with the times, and that's
Yeah.
like, even if it's not your cup of tea, they still
Yeah.
end up selling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're doing their thing.
I don't really fuck with them too much, but like they got some.
Yeah.
I respect the game.
gotta make that money.
You change with the
Exactly.
times, stay relevant,
They're
putting out
you're
music.
one that does it successfully. You
And
know?
Adam Levine is a pretty man. So
Well, it helps that they were
He really
doing
is.
like even
is,
like the
I
earlier
understand.
album was a very indie album. Like when you listen to it, it's a lot of instrumental stuff. It's not like programmed like
Mhm.
beats and stuff, like mostly how it is now.
Right.
But it had a very indie feel to it, but it was still pop.
Right.
It's very easy to translate when it is pop music, pretty
Mhm.
much. Like you can move on
true.
to like a modern sound and still somewhat sound like Maroon 5, you know.
Like
That's like
yourself.
they found a way to do it successfully, like what you were saying. It translated well going forward.
And still sounds nice.
Yeah, it's not like they were a whole different style and they had to change like to try to stay relevant with whatever style is going on, you know. And then it's like, ew.
And most bands
this doesn't
don't
fit.
succeed with that. Like
Yeah, changing styles, like ew.
Like I know I
This
was
doesn't
like
fit.
I was talking up California so much, and then I went to Blink's last album 9, and I'm like, it's all right. It's not.
Yeah,
It's not great.
I mean, there's used albums I don't like too.
yeah,
Like-
I think it's hard, man.
Yeah,
And
it was almost so
happens to
exactly
everybody.
what you were saying though. Like it's all mostly like you have Travis Barker in your band, and you're doing all these like, you know, like everything sounded kind of cookie cutter. You know, like what are you doing with the beats? Like it just did not. Like it's like they
It
were
should
suppressing
sound
him.
Especially with Travis Barker.
Like let him go. Like let him loose.
Yeah, let him rip.
It
I'm
just,
gonna send it.
It just doesn't make
I'm gonna
sense.
send it.
I'm gonna send it.
Just let him send it.
Just let him send it, man. Like it's Travis Barker. He's gonna look like Animal from the Muppets.
Problems.
Yeah, exactly. But like there's some songs that like I forget that there's even a beat, let alone a drum track. Like I just can't. I don't notice it, and I should
Yeah.
notice it. Like, yeah. But anyway,
Yeah,
Yeah, some
I mean,
bands just
I
don't
feel
keep
like it's harder to get away with that kind of stuff now than it used to be back in the Dizzy, when like before we were born. Before we were born, I feel like a lot of older artists that like came through like the 70s and 80s, they were able to like kind of stay relevant with
Yeah.
going with the sound, especially through the 80s whenever like sound changed a lot. Like,
yeah,
how the fuck did like
all
artists
that
like
synth.
yeah, but like you see like bands like Fleetwood Mac or like artists like Tom Petty, Billy Joel, all those artists going through the 80s and staying relevant. Somehow Bob Dylan's been doing it since the 60s and still coming out.
How many
It's like-
albums does he have by this point?
Bob Dylan, bro, he's got like 40 albums, dude. No lie. I don't know how.
Crazy.
That's insane.
It's so wild to even think about that number.
39 studio albums.
Oh,
39.
he's got to pump out one more.
That's still a lot of albums, dude. That's a lot of like, and you got to think most of those albums are like at least 10 songs, over 10 songs.
Yeah.
Like that's a ton of music to write. And I'm sure there's other artists with way more, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, but still, like someone of his caliber to just be releasing that many.
Yeah.
But it's been so long. It's
Mhm.
been so many years.
It's crazy to think about, man. Like I think about it. I know we weren't really on the subject, but it is music. But even the Beatles, man, the Beatles were around for 10 years and that's it.
Yeah.
And then look, they're still like,
Still relevant.
still relevant, have documentaries made about them, music still being shared. They're still finding ways to like keep the Beatles somewhat relevant and so people know them, you know? And I think that's crazy. Like only have 10 years being out,
It's pretty crazy.
being active.
10 years is
and still be-
not a long time. I mean,
No, man.
look at all these bands. I mean, a lot of the people that we still listen to have been out for more than 10 years. I mean, Well, I mean, Eminem's been around since, what was it, 99, 97? Something like that, right?
Yeah, like 97, 98.
I mean,
like I think that's when Slim Shady album
He
came
probably
out.
was
Slim
like
Shady
super
album.
popular since like 2001, 2002 maybe.
That's
probably
still
his
Say, like,
20
99,
years.
2000.
still 20 years. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of bands. I think almost all the ones that I've been to have been like at least somewhat relevant for 10 years.
Yeah,
Like,
and there's not,
concerts I've
especially in
seen.
like the rap game too. It's hard to stay that like prominent in the rap game. Like him be able to get like platinum albums this long into his career.
Oh,
I mean,
still
like
selling.
Snoop, he's still putting out albums. He's still relevant. Everybody knows Snoop, but it's not
He
like
squashed his beef with Eminem.
he squashed his beef with them. But it's
Did
not
he?
like people are going out and like he's
Buying
not getting
Snoop
like
albums.
yeah, he's not getting like top 10 album on the charts or whatever, top 200 album or whatever.
Yeah, Eminem's still
But,
putting out
like,
music, and it's still
Jay
the top
Z's
10
been
in
around since the 90s. He's putting out bang, like when he puts out an album, that shit sells too. Like there's just certain artists that like I don't know. There's only a certain amount of artists that can do that that can stay relevant that long and put out like crazy good albums that like sell millions of copies or people listen to them or stream them or whatever. But it's crazy.
I feel like it's probably about like as much as it's about the music. Like think about how much shit Snoop Dogg does outside of the music.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
All
I
the
was gonna
side
say.
quests
Like,
that Snoop
there's
has been
people
doing.
that like Snoop Dogg, probably not even from listening to his music. They just know
Right.
Snoop Dogg. You know?
I just think how he stays, and not in a bad way, but that's just how he stays relevant.
You see him
Mhm.
everywhere, bro. He's doing everything.
Yeah,
He's on
he
like,
is in
Madden.
everything.
That's my
He's
point,
on
though.
fucking like
He's a boxing
Yeah,
that's just
commentator.
how he
different
stays
TV
relevant.
shows. He's
You
doing
have to
like
put his
game
music
shows
out.
and shit. He has a cooking show with Martha Stewart and shit.
That's a great show too, by the way.
Snoop Dogg's
like,
a fun
dude's-
personality.
He really does. Like,
Yeah,
I can't see how anyone cannot like him. I mean, I don't know. I like Snoop Dogg a lot.
Snoop
Yeah,
Dogg's
he's just
awesome.
an interesting human, like just a fun guy to listen to.
He does. He does seem to have like a fun personality, but in a chill way, obviously.
I know Snoop has like GGN on YouTube, but he should have a podcast. Snoop podcast.
Snoop
Has
podcast.
certain guests on and they talk.
GGN is his podcast, man.
Yeah,
It
GGN is
is pretty
amazing.
GGN is fun.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg's cool.
All right, I got one last question, then I'm out. We'll stick with music because we're here.
Okay.
Do you guys have one? It doesn't have to be a one-hit wonder, but one band that only stayed relevant for a short amount of time that you wish would have continued, would have stayed longer, continued to put out music. Do you have anybody that you can think of?
Hmm.
Does it have to be a band?
No.
Or an artist. Yeah.
Yeah, just somebody who came
Then
out
I'm
with. Go ahead.
Go off as like just the top of my head, somebody very, 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 very recent. Actually, I got two super recent ones: Juice WRLD and Mac Miller.
Juice
Oh.
WRLD's sad. I wouldn't call
Yeah.
it Mac Miller as a one-hit wonder, but okay, I get
No,
you.
no, no,
though.
I don't. Okay, see, I didn't even hear you say one hit wonder. I didn't even hear you say that. I'm just thinking of people I wish that.
Oh, yeah.
No, I was talking to somebody who put out like 1-2 good, like famous songs,
Oh,
And
okay.
and
that's
then
it.
kind of
Then
disappeared.
let me
Juice
rethink
WRLD's
about
a
that.
good
Sorry.
one.
No,
Okay.
because Juice WRLD's got a shitload of good songs.
I know,
He
but
rapped for an hour.
We gotta think of that. We gotta think on this.
I
Yeah,
think Juice WRLD
that's-
didn't have time to really blossom. He only had two like radio
One-hit
poppers.
wonder.
Yeah. He wasn't a one-hit wonder. I'm not, and I said not necessarily one-hit wonders, but
That's a tough one. Come back to me. I'm sorry.
That is a very tough one. I'm trying to think of artists that are like that I listen to or have listened to that aren't really that huge. That
I'll
I have
start,
had
yeah.
at least one or two hits. Go ahead,
I'll-
Alex. If you have
I'll
one.
start. And just because I love the song and I still listen to the song today, I've never even listened to any other music by these people. I'm sure they have an album, but do you guys remember? I don't even know who sings it. The Paralyzer song.
Oh, Finger 11.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I
I
love
can
that
think
song.
of it, and I can
And
picture it being on my iPod.
It's still to
Do
this
you-
day.
Do you
I
know what
listen
I
to this
think
song.
of when I think of that, or when I hear that song? like when like YouTube started getting big, people were getting like copyright strikes from musicians.
Yeah.
That song was one of the ones that YouTube would provide to you to put in the background. It was on every YouTube video that got
Wow,
copyright
God.
struck because people would be like, "Oh, I know this song. I'm gonna put it on there." So when I think
Yeah.
of that song, I heard that song so much in like 2008 because of that.
Yeah, I like them. And another one, and again, just because I love their one-hit wonder, Plain White Tees, Hey There Delilah.
Yeah.
That's one I was kind of thinking about
Yeah,
in my
like,
mind.
I love Hey There Delilah. I think it's a gorgeous song. And not only that, their rendition of Poor Jack on Nightmare Before Christmas, even though that's not like a chart topper, I think it's fantastic too. Like I don't know. I think they could have did more, just so
Yeah.
much more. But those are my one-hit wonders
Sure.
that I wish would have stayed around for just one more good song, just like that.
I'm kind of cheating because you put me on the spot.
Now, can the artists like they can still be around? You just wish they were more relevant or more
Sure. It's
popular?
not that they're completely gone. They just have
I got
never
you.
hit that success
Um,
again.
Can I say somebody who wasn't maybe like a one-hit wonder, but they're not as popular as maybe they are more popular nowadays than they were. But like I used to really focus, and I know you guys did too, like Panic at the Disco when I was younger.
Yeah.
I used to
Panic.
love
Yeah.
Panic. Like I wish they would have stayed on the trajectory that they were on, type of shit. But like I don't know, they are better nowadays, I guess, as far as being more popular.
Yeah,
My-
they are
than
more
they have
popular,
been
but
over the last
it is
10
a
years.
different Panic at the
It's a-
Disco.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a whole
personal-
different sound.
And maybe what you're saying, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I would maybe like Panic to make another classic sound Panic album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that this new music's not good, but like I liked I Write Sins Not Tragedy. Like I like that kind of music.
I
you
love
know?
it.
I feel the
Right, so it's
same
not
way
exactly.
about Avenged Sevenfold. If they would go back to doing what they were doing
Yeah.
before, I think they would be awesome. But like, I kind of fell out of their music.
See, I think
past
Avenged
2
Sevenfold's somebody I would consider like, for me personally. Now I don't know their charts, but that's a one-hit wonder for me. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I think their
Wonder
last
Woman.
album actually did like really well for them. Like their new stuff they've been doing, like
Yeah.
within the rock community. But like,
Sure.
it's not my cup of tea
Mm.
what they've been doing. The one I have is probably Jimmy Eats World, man. They only have like one
the
huge
middle.
hit.
I
But,
like
I really like
Yeah.
their other songs that they have on their albums as well. They
Yeah.
do make good music. I wish they were a little bit more popular and relevant because they got some talent, man.
Oh man, now we're bringing shit up. Buck Cherry
Yeah,
with
Buck
Crazy
Cherry.
Bitch. That was a good
Oh my
fucking like album.
God,
Actually, I
that
listened
song-
to that whole album. Right? Crazy bitch.
I remember
We're going to bed singing these tonight.
blaring
Yeah.
that in the car.
I was
with
gonna
my
say, I think
mom.
there were so many songs that were one hit wonders as we were growing up. Because like I can think of them like "You're Beautiful" by James Blunt was one.
See, but I don't know. If
Beautiful.
I don't know if I'd like to hear his voice again. It
No, but
worked
I'm saying like I'm
perfectly
just talking
for
about
that.
like the one hit wonders that we
Sure.
grew up with. Like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
like those kind of songs stick out. Like you had a bad day, do 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 do. Like I remember that song. I don't know who sings it.
That's Uncle
but,
Cracker,
like,
I think, wasn't it?
I don't know.
No,
that's-
wasn't it? No, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think
I don't know who it was.
Who
But
was
like
that?
Uncle
those,
Cracker
like there are
was
so
Follow
many
Me.
like
Uncle Cracker
Yeah,
has
that's-
done a lot.
yeah, Uncle Cracker.
Maybe that's what
Uncle
I'm thinking of.
Cracker.
Uncle Cracker.
Uncle Cracker.
James Blunt though, like I don't know if I could hear that voice anywhere
No,
else. Like
no.
that's not something like it's the same with and now this is a little before our time, but like what's that you got what I need.
Biz
like
Markie.
Biz Markie, like that's like I don't know if I want him to have a career. I don't know how much music I could hear by him, but like that's a good song. Like you hit your note,
That's
man.
classic.
It's a classic.
Classic.
Like, but I don't know if I want to hear a whole
I would
album.
much
with him
rather
rapping.
listen to Just a Friend than You're Beautiful.
Yeah,
any
me
day.
too. Oh, definitely. Me too, man. But I don't know.
Yeah, I
Evan,
don't
you got
any.
one?
I don't. I
None?
can't. I tried looking. I mean, everyone I listen to, I think, has more than one or two or a decent amount of good songs. I can't
we're
think of
not
any that
that
you guys haven't
strict.
already hit.
Yeah, we're not that strict, man.
Yeah, we're not that strict.
No, I mean, well, I think
Yeah.
like My Chemical Romance, just because I'm a big fan of them, but I think they have a lot of good songs.
Yeah,
So
I wouldn't
Yeah.
count that.
that's what I'm
bullshit.
saying.
I think they're pretty
I
popular.
think I wish they would have still made music, but
Sure. Maybe you wish they wouldn't retire.
I think
the
that-
demand is definitely there when they announced like that they were going to do more shows. Like people are flipping shit.
Well, that's just it. I think they are more popular later than they were in their heyday, though. To be honest, like I think they became more of like a cult following. Like they were
Oh,
popular, but then
I
they
think
got
by
more
the
popular.
time Black Parade came out is like their
Their
peak,
peak.
you know, like where they were like the most popular band. And and the thing about their peak is I don't feel like it went down that much.
Well,
you know? Like
okay, maybe that's how I'm feeling it. Like, yeah, it didn't. Like everyone that liked it didn't
still
fall
continued,
off.
you know,
They were
yeah,
still
they
fans.
continued to like it.
But
Mhm.
but yeah, I
'Cause
don't know.
That's when My Chemical Romance really got me even. Like, not that I didn't
Mhm.
like Helen Cancer and all that stuff on My Chemical Romance, but it was just it was fine to me. By the time they came out with My Black Parade,
Well, Black Parade
that
is just
album, oh man, that's an
it's
anthem.
it
It's a
is the
fucking anthem.
whole album. I
Yeah.
watched or I listened through actually all of My Chemical Romance in order last year. I say last year like 3 weeks ago, but like the Black Parade is just. And you know their last album, The Danger Days, that one is also a very cohesive album. The songs just aren't as good. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I really like the Danger Days one that much, but like those
But
first couple albums are really
the
good.
idea of it, like it was like a whole story, and I think they got a little wrapped up in that, and then
Yeah,
the music just
Hey, that
wasn't as
happens.
good. Yeah,
yeah. Concept albums are very like hit or miss.
you
They're
gotta
niche,
you
yeah.
gotta really hit it. Or-
Yeah.
yeah.
One more and then I gotta get off. And this isn't a one-hit wonder, but something I wish would come back from our childhood. I miss R&B music that was like a girl or a guy singing and then like a hard like that isn't there anymore. Like Bow Wow, like only thing that keeps me up when I'm feeling down. Like
Those kind of
like Ja
I
Rule,
think
like that
You
kind of
Got
music.
It Bad.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's the one song that I was
Like,
in
I'm
my
missing
head
some
when
Missy
You're like,
Elliott
Missy
type
Elliott,
bangers. Some Missy
Ja
Elliott.
Rule and fucking
Pep,
J Lo singing. Ashanti and Ja Rule. Like I miss that type of music. Where's that type of music again?
Yeah, I
you know?
agree.
In a different
sensual
time,
music.
man.
Man,
Different
like
time.
I like that type of R&B. You know, like I
That's
didn't
the
need
type
to
of
be.
shit I associate with waking up in the morning and getting ready for school.
Oh,
Because like that, like I
It
would
was
turn
on
music videos on.
TRL.
Yeah,
Like
Right.
and the
now, and not that I hate R&B music now, but now it's like it's so much more sexual and it's so much more like independent. Like I just want to hear about
Wow.
some dude's like
Wow.
personal love for you. You know, just like.
Alex is
like,
like, why is it
hey,
always got to
listen-
be about sex?
Yeah, like I
Oh my
want to hear
God.
like
Can't we talk
innocent
about our
16-year-old fucking talking about how much he loves, and maybe I'm just not as into it. Maybe that music exists.
back then we had "Hey There, Delilah."
Exactly.
Now you got "Wet Ass Pussy."
You talk about Chris Brown singing like "You got my lovey-dovey, my kiss, kiss, kiss." Like I miss that kind of stuff, dude.
Definitely a different time.
We just
Oh,
get
I
to
miss
the
it,
point
though.
nowadays. We don't.
Nah, we had those songs back then too,
Oh, we
man.
did.
Yeah, we did.
We
'Cause we
did.
had like milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
I mean, even look at
Oh,
like Baby
yeah, I
Got
forgot
Back.
about that.
Police and
that
shit,
Baby
was
Got
bro.
Back.
Police was nasty, like Lil Kim.
Police was nasty
stuff.
too. Fucking what was that song? Was it Tootsie Roll? What was that dance song?
Tootsie Roll.
The Tootsie Roll. The da-da-da.
Yeah,
We had some.
that's
stuff
it. Like
back
you
then.
can find those kind of songs anywhere, pretty much,
Oh
except
man.
maybe country music.
Oh, you
But
can
I-
find it in a
Oh,
country.
country
listen to
music's
country
got it
music.
all over now. That's all it is.
Is it?
That's
Take
all
you
I
down
know,
to the
man.
river in the moonlight. Take off
Yeah.
your
Go
jeans.
fuck in the back of my truck.
Yep.
We gonna fuck in the back of my truck.
See, that's
My
probably in
name's
like
Buck,
20
and
different
I like
songs. That
fuck.
same lyric,
It's just that lyric.
just that lyric.
You can listen
I wrote a song.
to
You
any
can write a song
country
based off
song,
of that.
and you will hear the words
I'll write you a
truck,
song in 5
jeans,
minutes.
beer, cornfield. Like they have these
Torch,
keywords that
truck.
are in every song. It's ridiculous.
Ice cold beer.
Yeah.
I like ice cold beer though.
I do
I'm
like
just
ice cold.
hey,
Don't
I
talk about
get
that
rid
ice
of
cold beer.
We gonna make a song just about ice cold
But
beer.
no,
What-
but like they all talk about Riverbank is one. Like
start talking about tracks.
Riverbank.
such a specific word. Like everyone's got a riverbank nearby.
Everybody grew up near a riverbank, man.
Everyone
I-
does
I-
apparently.
Like, you mentioned it.
I grew up near a riverbank.
we
You
did.
know what? Wait a second.
Wait
I
a
have-
Now that you
second.
mention it.
Ours was a crick. All right.
Crick.
Crick.
Oh God.
Our crick flew right into the Susquehanna.
got some rivers and some trees. They're whippoorwillows out in the boondocks.
Whippoorwillows.
Whippoorwillows.
What the fuck
What
is
the hell's a whippoorwillow?
A whippoorwillow is like a tree, I'm pretty sure.
Went down to the Bull Creek and
Bull
ropes
Creek.
in. And
Sitting under the whippoorwillows with my ice cold beer and my lady. Sitting on the tail bed, like my bed of my truck.
The bed of my truck.
All right.
That's like you can get 20 songs out of that. What we just
I
gave
just
you.
gave
My
you
John
music.
Deere truck.
I just gave you. It writes itself.
I just gave you content.
Just
Take
arrange
it.
them in different order, and boom, you get another song, man.
That's how country music is now. I'm sure there's really good songs.
Add a
but-
little twangy guitar to it. Make your voice sound different when you sing.
Get that.
Got a song,
the
man.
molasses.
You got to get smooth, like roll off the tongue like molasses.
I'm guessing y'all don't like country. Is what I'm getting from this.
I
not-
actually
didn't say nothing.
love like 2000s country.
I hate.
Like the beginning, like when the stuff my parents made me listen to, I do have a soft spot for it. But
If I'm gonna listen to country, it's like Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, shit like that.
Outlaw
listen to
country.
that.
That's what I'll listen to.
Outlaw
I listen
country.
to outlaw country.
And Garth Brooks. 'cause
Johnny
Garth Brooks is
Cash.
a goddamn anomaly.
Willie
Garth
Nelson.
Brooks is great.
outlaw country.
Outlaw country. Well, yeah, they're rugged. They got deep voices. And
Yeah.
Manly man.
Johnny Cash, the band in black.
And
Badass.
Oh yeah.
He goes to prisons and plays in prisons. It's like,
Yeah.
I understand, man. I've been here before. Doom, 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 doom.
My name's Sue. How do you do?
How do you do?
You're gonna
all
die.
Like, Johnny Cash was just
Oh
badass.
my god, this shit
I
took
love
a
Johnny
crazy
Cash.
turn.
It
Listen,
really did.
Johnny Cash.
Johnny
Listen,
Cash is badass.
Wolverine- Logan was a great movie, but Johnny Cash made it better. That song playing in, I'm just like, oh shit, Logan's dying. Johnny
Logan's
Cash is playing.
No.
They shouldn't even have
actually-
put it in the trailer because you're like, oh shit, he's gonna die. I don't know, watch the movie. He's gonna die.
Johnny Cash is somebody who's an anomaly for me, where I like his old, like hanging on to music more than I like his like prime music. Not that I don't like Ring
I
of
love
Fire
all
and Folsom Rhythm
I
Blues,
fuck with Johnny
but
Cash.
like his last like 3 or 4 albums where he's like an old man, like I
he's
think
doing like
fantastic.
mostly covers and shit.
Mostly
He's not really
covers.
writing too many original. He is here and there,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of like covers in there too. I have listened to those albums.
Oh,
But I
they're good.
agree. It's really good. But,
That's
like, bro, back like in his prime though, Johnny was unstoppable.
yeah.
He's unstoppable.
Stop.
Like he has like there's like a greatest hits. There's like 4 discs, bro, and every single song that he has a banger on it. And it's like this
Johnny
dude,
Cash is great.
Johnny Cash was just like an amazing songwriter.
And
And
was
he
the
had like
inspiration
that great,
to my
that good
favorite
boy, that
comedy.
deep voice.
He's a good old
Sir.
boy, man.
He is good old boy. And Willie Nelson, man, like
Willie Nelson's
I-
more of the, he's the Snoop Dogg of
He's the Snoop Dogg of
he
country.
is.
country
He's-
music, man.
you're
He's just
not
like his
wrong.
personality is
wrong.
just keeping him alive, dude. He's a
He's the
funny
Snoop
guy.
I like
Dogg
his
of
music though
country.
too. I like his voice. He has a very like distinct voice,
Yeah.
but he can write a damn tune too. But yeah, he is. He's everywhere, man. He's been in movies. He's been on shit.
He's a funny dude too. All right,
He
well,
is.
let's close this up. It's 12 o'clock. I gotta go.
All right, yeah. Should probably
Alex's
have this.
bedtime.
It's a good
I
episode
didn't
though.
win
Got a lot of stuff.
275 million. I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Talks
So-
about
Did you look?
stocks. Talks about some adulting stuff. So some other shit that probably shouldn't be talked about in the same podcast as adulting stuff like stocks. But
Catch
hey,
us tomorrow for
hey.
more
that's what
stocks.
it's all about.
Buy stocks.
More stock
More
information.
stonks.
Buy Alex's
Stocks.
penny stocks so that way he can dump them on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our stock
Oh
advice.
my god.
All right. Well,
Yep.
episode 28. We've done a full February of episodes.
Yes. I
You
didn't
got it
understand
in
what
there.
you meant at
Almost
first,
Snuck
like
but
the
it
it
whole
in
makes
there.
sense.
podcast.
You made it make perfect sense this time. I didn't.
It didn't make sense the first time you said it.
Yeah,
I was so
first time
confused. I
before
was
the
like-
episode that you mentioned.
It only
I
makes
didn't-
sense because you guys know what I'm talking about now. We got full February of episodes. 28th episode. I'm glad everybody joins us. If you're sticking
Make
with
sure
us,
to
please subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Yeah.
Yep.
Like and subscribe.
Watch
check us out.
sports podcast because I'm on Squad Pod Sports. I'll be on what tomorrow? When are you going to release that?
Well, you'll be on
It's
the
actually
breaking news
rendering
update.
right now.
All right.
So
I'll be
You'll
on
be
some
the
breaking news.
update.
I'll be
And
on
hopefully
Spring
you'll be on an episode
That should
soon.
all have been uploaded already. So go watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the time you're watching this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Go
Make
watch
sure
that.
to follow on Twitter, Squad Pod Sports at Squad Pod Podcast. Yeah, man. And we'll see
And-
everybody. Up.
and
Yeah,
tap
tap that.
Watch
And-
do beer.
And watch Squad Night out here
Yeah.
every Monday. So,
Yeah. Hopefully we'll
Yeah.
be getting something. We should be playing something good next week if Alex
Oh, yeah.
complies.
I'm
so.
excited.
It'll be
It
good.
needs to
He's
happen.
not.
I'm
He's not excited.
All right. I'll
Alex,
do
you'll
it.
love it. I
It's
promise.
fine.
Listen, we had to play what spell break.
That was
Wherever-
Vernon's game. Don't give me
I
that.
actually
That
wasn't.
wasn't
Listen,
it.
I understand. I understand. I was just saying we played that. I think we could play Destiny, which I would rank far superior to whatever that.
I just
That
want to
wasn't
say
my
the game.
idea.
The last
the
game
record.
I recommended that we all play is Brawlhalla, which we all still play. Okay,
Can I just
that
say
was my last.
the
game.
last game I recommended we played was Fortnite, and we played the hell out of that.
All right.
So I'm
I
saying
enjoyed it.
Destiny. I have a good track
We're
record.
just waiting for like the next big thing to come out. That's all
got it.
multiplayer that we can all play.
Yeah,
I
just need something to
actually-
capture my attention for like
I
3
took a
months.
screenshot, and I wish Wyatt, when he gets a new computer, we might revisit it. I read a list of the top 20 MMOs in
Ooh,
2021,
Star
and
Wars.
number 4 was Star Wars. And they're
Alex,
like, it's
why you need a
amazing.
new computer so we can play Star
When
Wars?
you get
again?
your new computer, man, I might be.
Yeah.
I
right
know.
back to
I need to do it here ASAP because
And
I
think
was
about that
stimulated.
shit.
I was stimulated.
I
by
think
the
about that
economy.
too. I haven't played it since, but I'm
Mm-mm.
like,
So-
I'm trying to
Me
be a
too.
bounty hunter.
Hopefully, I can get a new computer here ASAP.
All right.
I just need to
Alex,
talk
get
to you
it.
guys
got him
about
on
which ones to
Venmo.
get.
Send it.
All right.
It's like, all right.
You got him on
How
Venmo.
much
All
you
right.
need?
Send it.
But yeah, make sure to like and subscribe and check out all of our programs because we're gonna hopefully be releasing some new videos in between the podcasts here soon.
More updates.
Yeah.
More updates and more maybe reviews
More
and
content.
different types of videos.
More consumable content.
Consumable content. Consumable. Never mind. Let's just end it here.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.